right, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to Daddy Issues. We got a full show today. All three of us are here. To my right, Adam Hunter.
What's
new
up?
Daddy.
Yes.
Of course, me, Dean McDermott, daddy of 6. And to my left, our LGBT cutie who needs a daddy, Nikki Paris.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on, fellas? Adam looks fantastic
Adam,
and
you
happy.
do.
You look like you're ready to just find an abandoned garage and just turn your car on.
Well, I did that already.
What's going on?
Adam, you have a nice tan.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
What? Didn't he ask you a question?
is
What's
it
I
your-
going
did. I'm
on?
diverting
Is
it.
it
I don't want to
tan
start
or is it your
crying.
Adderall? Because you
No, I'm off. I haven't taken Adderall in a month.
Really?
Yeah, I've been more tired actually, but I noticed I ran out. Like I was on my wife got a new job, so we switched insurance, and then it was the hardest thing to get a doctor
Yeah.
to get me a prescription. It was like
Well, this is more interesting. Fuck you, Nikki.
So-
Yeah, keep going.
it's the hardest thing. Healthcare is so fucked up. I could
Fucked
not
up.
get. I went through their entire list of 30 doctors. They're like, "Oh, we don't take insurance. We don't take insurance. We don't take insurance." And then I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need Adderall.
Right.
I'm going off.
But do you also think though it's harder to get Adderall too because people abuse it just like they do
But I've been on it for
opioids?
I've been on it for 10 years, so it wasn't like I'm
Right.
a new user.
But why couldn't your doctor that you go to regularly, if you've been on it for 10 years, just go, well, here, write your script?
Because I don't go to Kaiser anymore. I left Kaiser
Oh,
and went
okay.
to Blue Shield,
That's
and
what
I
have.
couldn't find a Blue Shield doc. I went to Nikki's doctor, wouldn't take me. I tried to go to Nikki's
Oh,
doctor.
you had to audition and
Yeah, they're like, we're
The
not taking
Oh
therapy-
you.
yeah, he
therapist.
did like 7 minutes and he bombed.
It's hard to get a therapist than an agent.
Yeah.
in LA right now.
No, my therapist, really, when I joined too, she literally made me explain to her why I think I needed to be in therapy. She's very judgy. She called me desperate last week.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need you. I'm gonna get better in spite of you. I'm gonna, you know,
I'll show you.
I'm going to another therapist.
I'm going to get worse in spite of you.
Okay, so this is a tough one for me because I'm trying. I feel like I'm Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction when he has that speech
The
in
right-
the
the righteous
restaurant.
man?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the tyranny of evil men, and I'm trying to be the shepherd here. I'm trying to be the shepherd, Ringo. So I can approach this two ways, right?
What
I
ha-
could-
what happened?
I can say, let me say this first. I can say a lot of things about Perez Hilton. And you know me, I got a temper, and I could say, hey, let's get in the fucking octagon. Like, you know me. I could go down there. I could go that route. But I'm trying not to, okay? We took umbrage with Perez because he wrote about something that's one, old news, hasn't been in the press in a couple months. So we're like, hey, and we know him like
He's on our show.
I said friend, right? I said we're friends. We've known him for as long as Tori and I have been together, 15 years. Tori's known him longer, okay? So we're friendlies, okay? We're not friends. We're not hanging out. We're not, doing stuff like that. But we see each other at functions. We always exchange pleasantries. We're cordial to each other. And then, unbeknownst to him, like Tori was trying to get him on 90210. They went with Entertainment Tonight or some other thing. And, we had him on the show and he talked about, changing his ways and stuff like that. And we see each other and there's a sort of non-spoken. It's like, don't shit on other celebrities, right? Because he's a celebrity too because of
Yeah.
his show. So the fact of the matter that he went out of his way to report on something that's old news. And then some of the things he said afterwards was like, well, that's kind of not cool. That's not cool. And really making a point to say that he's not a friend of Tori's and a Hollywood acquaintance and I haven't seen her in decades. And it's like, well, that's not true. We just saw him at Jumanji, the last Jumanji. Like, we see him all the time. And we have mutual friends. And it's just, it was like, you know what? Do you really need to do that?
Right.
And it just so happened that our daughter Stella read it. And, she was like, she said to me, she's like, I thought you guys were friends. And I was like, well, I thought so too, or friendlies. Let me again rephrase that. We're not hanging out. So, I'm going down the path. I'm going to take the high road. And you know what? I wish him all the best in doing what he's doing. And, God forbid if he gets into any kind of trouble with anything, whether it be IRS or work or whatever, you know what?
Yeah, but you're not gonna go blast him on.
I'm not gonna blast
Instagram.
him.
I mean,
No.
why would you do that?
No, I'm not going to do that. But you know what? People fall down, okay? People make mistakes and they fall down. And, yeah, it's his job to report it. But you know what? We have acquaintances, much like we do Perez, at Entertainment Tonight, at Access Hollywood, that will not report on things because we're
You guys are friends
acquaintances.
and you guys are cool and yada
right?
yada.
They're like, you know what? I can't. I'm friends with Tori and Dean. And we're not hanging out, and but
Plus,
it's
it's
like
not even real news.
it's that code,
Not to mention,
and it's not
real news.
newsworthy. It's public record, yeah. And you know what? And it brings out all the fucking haters and all the meanie-minded people who've got something to say, and it drives me nuts. People saying, "Oh yeah, well they're irresponsible." We're not. We're not. We're blaming some other people. We got into a situation that we didn't have a hand in. I'm not going to go into it. And you know what? We're trying to get out of it. And you know what? For you listening out there, it takes a long time to do what we're doing, to get out of a tax situation. It's a lot of paperwork, and it takes a long time. It just doesn't happen overnight.
No, you guys.
And you both work all the time. I don't understand why people are under the impression that Candy has any involvement at all.
Exactly. Where are you getting that information from? Which I don't know. Are he and Candy friends? I don't know. But the thing is, you know what? I just want to leave it alone because it can get really heated. It could get really heated
I want to see you
because
guys in the octagon for.
I got a fucking temper, right? And I'm a Scorpio and I hold grudges and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm trying to go down a path. And if I fire back at him, then am I not bullying?
No, because he started it.
Right? But I'm coming back.
So
So why perpetuate it? Because this
Yeah, I mean,
this
there's
is
no-
great
there's
for him.
there's no winning.
This is-
He wants you to fire
it's,
back.
It's great for him. It's a
He-
win-win
yeah,
for
yeah,
him
yeah, he
because
wants you to fire
it's stirring
back.
up a whole lot of looks for him and stuff like that. So you know what?
Yeah, but
I'm disappointed and I'm hurt. I thought things were one way. Evidently, they're not. He's made it clear. And Perez, God bless you. All the success in the world. And you know what? I hope that nothing that has befallen Tori and I happens to you. I hope you and your kids have a wonderful life. Done.
all right.
Done.
How's
Done.
the dog?
The dog's amazing. He scratched the shit out of me. We
you
picked
guys
him
took
up
in a new
today.
dog?
I was hoping that was Tori's scratch marks.
Wait, what happened? How many?
That's on my back.
You guys are, but you guys have 3 dogs.
We have 2.
You have 2.
Yeah, we.
There's a new one.
Yeah, we.
The new one's really cute.
Our 19-year-old, he passed away. Yeah, he's the new one's really cute.
And then how many
Really,
pigs
really
are
cute.
there now?
Well, there's the 3 new babies, so
Yeah.
there's 6 in total.
But you said some of them couldn't walk or something, right?
Well, they're making a comeback.
Nice.
They're making a comeback. One is still a little iffy, so
Did
we're
you
not sure.
Did you
he's-
name him Perez?
They're not out of the not out of the woods yet. So yeah, we're gonna have to find and people want the baby pig, so we won't have.
Wait,
a
now
problem
you have 6
finding-
though?
Yeah,
Wait, I thought you had the one big one. Oh, you had the 2.
and then the 2 that we got
and
from
then you
the
had 3
pumpkin
more,
patch,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then she gave birth. So
And then but no goat.
no goat. No. I put the kibosh on the goat.
Man, you really put your foot down there.
I really did. I'm really
You know,
drawing the line.
I really wanted some homegrown feta for a salad that you were gonna cook us from your cookbook.
So yes, I was
No.
saying my wife.
Yeah, you're on tour. Tell us you were in Canada.
I was in Canada. I was in Calgary.
Calgary, I love Calgary.
Calgary was fun. It was crazy though. Like the first show, it was for all Jews. It was a Jewish benefit, so that was fun. Except of course, there was a one lady in the front that was like reading notes while I'm on stage, and I'm like, what's going
Was
on?
she a comic?
No, it was like an older woman reading. I'm like, did you come here to read? And then her husband's like, she's blind. I'm like,
You have a
now I
braille
have-
transcript of your show.
that's what I said. I go, did you get the jokes beforehand? But I guess it was another comic's mom, right? And then I said, I go, why are all these blind people coming to my show? Like, no, it's crazy.
No.
she
You're a
wasn't-
big hit in the blind
no,
community.
No. I got it wrong. She wasn't blind. She was deaf. She
Oh,
was
okay.
deaf. Yeah. She was on the reading. She was deaf, and then she was trying to lip read, but I had the microphone.
Oh right.
And her daughter was on the show, and I'm like, it's the second deaf person in 3 weeks because you were at the other show
I
with
was
the
at
deaf
the other
person.
show.
I'm like,
Ugh.
so then I had like, but this time I wasn't gonna make that same joke as the last time that got me in trouble,
Right.
right? So but then turns out, she was the mother of one of the comics. And then I said, but then I was like, oh, where'd you guys meet? But they wouldn't tell me. Then the girl told me that actually they were first cousins, but they're from England. In England, you're allowed to marry your first cousin, but they were embarrassed about that. So
That's jolly good. I didn't know that.
Wait, you're not allowed
I got
to
some
marry your
hot
first
cousins
cousin?
in London.
oh God,
I hope you do that.
I'm kidding.
Tori and Dean marry their cousins. The next,
It's a show. It's a show.
I'd
Um,
watch.
So yeah, so that was that, and
We'll
then
get Perez to marry us.
so then there was another show like on a Thursday with this like hot chicks in the front, her and her friend, both smoking hot girls, and I'm like, but they're not laughing at anything, and I'm like, did you guys get Botox before the show? That's why your faces can't move. And then the one girl looks up and goes, could you get me a drink? Like I'm like the waiter now,
Oh
and I'm
my
like, what am
God.
I gonna valet your car too? Like what is this? And then so that was
That was Calgary.
That was Calgary.
I had a moment you would have appreciated the other night in the front row of the show. There was a guy that just had like, it looked like he had like the leg of like an Iron Man costume. So I said to him, "Are you wearing like what's on your leg?" And it was a prosthetic leg. It was so bad.
But it
Really?
looked like
Yeah.
Iron Man. That's pretty
It
cool.
was like red and like gold. It was so embarrassing.
Oh.
And then I just went to my handicap brother material. Like,
Nice.
that's how I relate to people.
All right,
Nice.
daddy issues.
Yeah.
My parents.
How's the baby?
The baby's good. The baby's really good. I actually, my wife and the baby went to Fresno this weekend, so I had the house to myself. which
Oh,
was, like,
nice. What was that like?
it was insane. I feel like I was single again, other than getting laid and everything. But I was. It was just crazy. Like I was like, what do I do?
You didn't know what to do.
I like took a nap, and then
Wow.
I watched the fights, and then I did a show. But it was just, it was insane.
So Friday, Saturday, and they're coming back today.
yeah, come back today.
Wow.
The baby's
you had
still-
a full-on bachelor weekend.
The-
Wow.
The baby's still standing up at 3:00 in the morning, and standing up and crying, and to the point where she throws up. So then
Yep.
we put her in
Stella
the
used
bed
to
with
do that.
us.
Let her.
You like let Stella.
Well,
Right
you
out.
watching the monitor, right?
Yeah.
So she's standing up and she's crying. She'd throw up, and we just watch her. She's okay, and then she'd go down.
What about choking?
If she throws up when you're laying down, you get in there.
We
Standing up, and she'd always throw up over the side of the crib.
we just can't hear the crying. It's too hard. It breaks our heart. It breaks our heart.
Turn the monitor down and just watch.
I can't do it.
No,
can't-
it's tough. It's tough. That's one of the biggest problems that parents have is letting their kids cry it out. It's tough.
I have
I'm
a lot
not-
of
I'm not lying.
experience in
It's
this
not-
actually because they just tackled this on an episode of Reba. I started watching.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they say?
And Reba said to let the baby cry it out.
Really?
Yeah, she was so.
Uh,
Reba's
Reba-
on your side.
Reba has a talk show.
No, she has a sitcom.
It's a sitcom.
from 2003
Right. Oh,
that
okay,
I
I
just
was gonna
started
say,
watching.
okay, I
Listen,
thought-
depression comes in all shapes and forms. Don't judge how
I
I,
know.
celebrate mine.
I'm no judgment here,
My
brother.
depression zone is under my covers watching Reba.
No
on-
judgment.
on-
There's no judgment here.
And then,
So
and then
let her
how do you
cry it
deal
out.
with like the baby now? She'll take the remote while we're watching TV and go Elmo, 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 and just keep saying Elmo and Abby, and then we put on Elmo and Abby.
Right, and that's where you take your cable bill and you show her the name on it.
Really?
Adam Hunter.
I don't think that she can't read yet.
Well, do you show it to her on your like phone?
Well, that's
or-
how she learns. A is for Apple.
Do you-
D is for
Did you ever
dog.
change the channel for them? Because we do it all
Oh,
the time.
I am just okay. I am just starting to get control of the remote control again because Bo loves golf and hockey, and that's my jam, right? So, I mean, Bo's like, golf, hockey. I'm like, done.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So you got to teach
But-
them to like things that you like.
Yeah.
But for like, well, but he loves. You've seen him golf.
You have to
and
teach
play
Violet
hockey.
to watch UFC.
I know. But then I'm afraid she's gonna like start punching people when
I
she
would.
sees them.
I would.
And then also in the
Then
car,
you teach her not
she
to.
cries, and then we have to put on Elmo Spotify because Elmo has his own channel where he sings like different songs.
Yeah. No, I've been there.
I feel like it's like a lose-lose because I feel like it's setting the boundary of watching it on the TV, and then if you show it to them on your phone, then they're addicted to like the phone,
Yeah.
and they like can't
yeah.
function
Oh yeah. Yeah.
until they.
yeah.
get
what
it.
do you
It's
do
a
in the
really
car?
slippery slope.
My baby cousin does that with Elmo too.
You know what's
which-
really funny? Bo, of all people, he just loves to look out the window.
Really?
Oh yeah, he loves to just take everything in and talk and sing. And the other ones are all just like, "Eh." And then when they were his age, we had the DVD player in the roof of the car thing, and they'd always need a DVD.
And we're still trying to figure out the whole daycare situation because the nanny's costing us so much, and everyone says daycare, and she seems to like daycare, but getting the kid to daycare is hard when I'm on the road because then Bree has to drive her to daycare before work.
Right.
So that's to be a daycare that opens at 8:00 in the morning, which is and then
Most of them
closes
do though,
till
don't
6.
they? They
Yeah, but like 8 to 6 is a long time for a kid to be in daycare. No.
yeah, because you're on the road, right?
That's how I feel at work.
Oh man.
That's
that's-
a long day.
Yeah.
And then have you potty trained Bo yet or no?
No, not yet.
When are you gonna do that?
When he's ready.
He's gonna ask him when he's ready.
No, we did it just with all the other ones. They get to a point where they don't like being in wet diapers anymore. He's right on the cusp. He's right
Interesting.
there. He's right
Yeah.
there. He turns 3 on March 2nd.
Right.
And
Because he got kicked out of school, right, for not being potty trained.
waiting to get kicked out of school. They didn't offer it, so it was like, well, wait a second, we wouldn't have applied here if we knew that. They didn't tell us.
So he's already getting kicked out at 2 years old.
And their solution was, well, let's just put him in cotton underwear, and he'll get tired of being in wet underwear, and he'll.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, no, that's gonna ruin his confidence. Like I'm sitting here and all my friends, and
That's mean too.
I'm in wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that school didn't work out, obviously.
Yeah.
And just speaking of which, there was I got the notification on the way here that there was a piece that Entertainment Tonight did about our kids being bullied.
Really?
Yeah. T had written a thing on social media that she's just like, I can't, I'm tired of being silent now, and our 11 and 12-year-old were bullied.
Both of them.
Yeah, in their school. First, it was Stella, and
Terrible.
the things that this kid said to her were beyond.
Yeah.
Beyond. He called her the C word. He made reference to about how much sex she has and how many things she sucks. And
I couldn't believe the parents' reaction.
and the
I blame
school.
the parents.
Absolutely.
I blame the parents.
Absolutely. Like this kid made reference to plastic surgery that my wife hasn't had, and it being bad. I'm like, where does an 11-year-old come up with that? Right.
100%.
So, but the school, they did the right thing. This kid was removed after they talked to this kid, and then he turned around and did it again to Stella.
So then you pulled your kid.
She didn't want to go. She was like, she had PTSD. Like
And
she's
she's the
associated.
sweetest kid
She's
ever.
associated the school with something terrible happening.
I know from bringing Violet over there, she's the nicest kid.
She's so maternal and
She loves to
sweet
take
and
care of the
kind.
kids. I remember when she was here that day
She's
with
a
Bo.
sweet, sweet girl, and so it manifested into headaches, stomach aches, bowel issues. Like,
But now, how is she getting educated as far as homeschool?
well, we changed schools.
Oh, so she's in
Yeah,
school.
She's in school. We changed schools, and then
But as a young girl, that's a hard. That's
it's
a really
hard. It's
traumatic
hard.
thing
I
to go
mean,
through. I know when I was a
especially-
young girl, like
and it's really
it's a
interesting
similar
to
thing.
see how far along developmentally she is compared to Liam emotionally, because boys and girls are so different. They develop quicker, and it's just really messing with her emotionally. Like all these hormones are going crazy in her body, and then this happens.
So what happened
That's
with,
such a
with, the,
vulnerable
with the
time.
other kid?
And then Liam, who was in another campus, same school, and they have two different campuses. He was getting bullied for they were making jokes about weight, and then they were calling him gay and referring to his clothing as gay, and they would hit him. Yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah.
So what did he do?
So he stuck it out for the longest time. Like Liam's very stoic, and he just kept it to
Now,
himself
as a father,
for the
you
longest
must want to
time.
go in there and just.
Oh my God, yeah, you want to grab them all and just, especially me, because I'm a hothead, and I'm like, I want to shake these little fuckers, grab them by the scruff of the neck, and going, you're messing with a really nice fucking kid,
Yeah.
like leave him alone.
So
but-
did you pull Liam? From
It pulled
school?
Liam too, yeah, because he started having the headaches and the stomach issues, and so
I
you
blame
know,
the parents. I really do.
Of course.
I'll say it again because I feel like it's the household that they're being brought
Did you
up
try
in that they
calling
see
the
to behave
parents
like
and say,
that.
"Listen, your kid is bullying my kid," and
Well, the school handled the situation with Liam a little differently than they did with Stella. They kind of didn't deal with it. The issue with Stella, they dealt with it when it first happened, and then there was an apology issued by the kid, and then when the next day when they were kind of back in the swing of things and left to kind of their own devices at school, going from one class to the other, he started in again. And
now Liam's a super
and
funny
he
kid
got
too, though.
he-
I mean, he's
and
got
this-
great jokes.
This
He's
kid got
hilarious
served.
kid.
Oh my God, he's hilarious. But the parent of this kid who got kicked out of Stella's
Yeah.
school started contacting me, going, this isn't an issue for the school to deal with. This is parents. Parents need to sit and hash
But
this
it
out.
happened at the school.
And I said, listen, I don't make the school policy. Okay, my kid didn't do anything. Your kid has been reported several times because he was at the school the year before. And I don't make the school policy. So the school did what they did, take it up with the school, and he kept on me. And I said, "Listen, man, this is not my problem. You take it up
Did you
with
say,
the
hey,
school.
if you have a problem, come to my boxing gym?
Let's get in the octagon." You know me. You know me too well. But no, I told the school, and the school had to get their lawyer and say, "Hey, listen, this is harassment." You
And then what happened
leave
with
this kid.
now? What happened with Liam?
Liam and Stella changed schools. They're going to the same school, and they're
You should go
loving
to the
it.
school that I work at, Paul Revere Middle School. You should go to that school.
I was just I parked at the football field for the golf tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have him come. Have him join the wrestling team. I'll be his coach.
I'd love for him to join the wrestling team. It's just a pain in the butt. It's an hour. It took me an hour to get there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Now, what happened with your kid who wanted to do parkour? Because I was at your house.
Oh, Finn, he still wants
He's
to do
doing it?
parkour.
Are you taking?
No, I haven't taken him yet. I've set
You
up his
promised
first.
you were taking him.
I still am. I promised I
You
am.
said the next day. You looked it up.
He stubbed his toe and broke off his nail. So we're
He's doing parkour though. That's gonna happen.
no. Well, when he's
What happened
ready,
was I brought Violet over because like Bree was really sick and I needed to get Violet out of the house. She had like 102, 103, and I'm like, "Yo, Dean, help me." Dean's like, "Come over." So I take Violet over. Dean's doing schoolwork or something for like 6 hours. Doesn't even look up. Right?
no, I was
Like,
filling out applications.
yeah,
for the new schools.
Doesn't even say hello. Like, so now I'm babysitting all his kids, right? But it is the cutest thing because me and Violet were chasing a little guy, Bo, around,
Right.
and it was like the first time Bo had hung out with a kid his age in a while, right?
Yeah.
Because he's always and he was the sweetest kid. And then toys, they have so many toys. It's like FAO Schwartz in there.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
the greatest thing ever. Like Violet was like, this is a toy. It's like a toy store, but you can actually play with all the toys, right? And then I walked in and I felt bad because Tori was in bed with the other kids, and I'm like, I didn't know.
One of them had the stomach flu, and then Tori had this flu as well. So
And
they
I
were
didn't
laid
know.
up.
I didn't know they were in that room. So I'm chasing. Me and Violet are chasing Bo, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, Tori."
She's like,
she's like working on a script or something. It's like deadlines doing 8 minutes or something, and then.
she was sick, and
Well,
she had to
was
do
sick.
notes.
Isn't that the worst? Oh, when you're sick.
And I felt terrible because I didn't know she was even gonna be there, and I was like, I'm the monster. We're gonna get you. I'm like, oh, hi, Tori. Like,
Yeah.
so then-
I
but
felt
then-
bad because, like, it's just before as you're on your way over, Tori's like, "You gotta fill out these applications. They're due like tomorrow." I'm like, shit, Adam's on his way over.
So
So,
then
I
we went
literally I was buried
we
in my
went in the
computer.
backyard and we went on the trampoline, and they have They have two different trampolines, which are awesome. A little one, and a big one, and the one kid kept saying, what was it? Leah, what was the kid with the long hair? Your son,
Liam, the
Liam.
oldest boy. Yeah.
Oh, Liam's
Or
one.
no, Finn has the really long hair.
Yeah, Finn.
Yeah.
Finn wanted to do parkour.
That's right.
And
Yep.
Finn was
What is
really good.
parkour?
It's-
Because I'm sure the people listening have no idea what the
It's
fuck
like,
You know, when, like
anyone's
people
talking
run and
about.
jump over park benches and then over the bus shelter and climb walls and jump from building to building.
I call that doing acid, but
When I was a kid, it was called running from the cops. Right. Now it's
Fleeing. It was called fleeing.
So Dean's like, no,
wait, this is a professional sport now?
yeah. Now it's a person, and kids
yeah.
are all into
You should
it.
look it up. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty. These
It's
guys
called
are incredible athletes.
Picta?
So Dean's like, all right,
Parkour.
I'll take you to parkour, but you can't quit after a day or something, right? And then the kid said, then I was like, I was trying to, with the kid, like convince Dean to take him, even though I know he didn't want to take him. I was like, all right, so
Well, because they historically they quit stuff that I signed them up for: jiu-jitsu, boxing, MMA,
yeah, but those are things that you
hockey.
want to do though.
No, they expressed interest in it. Look, I told you guys, we've talked about this. I learned my lesson with Jack. I tried to push Jack into hockey, and he just didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Well, he was blowing the stick, right?
He was riding.
So, so then
No, because that was back in the day of wooden sticks. So you
oh.
get slivers in your mouth.
Right,
Now
that's
they're
like-
fiberglass.
he was goalie, but he kept having his butt up and then his head down. You're like, this is not the way.
You guys are fucking terrible.
He was a bottom goalie.
But then the other girl wanted to do dance.
Yeah.
The-
But
She
she
wanted-
had a cast on her foot. She's the one and she's got another cast on her foot.
But she wants to do dance,
Right.
and
And
and you're like trying to talk her out of it.
she wants to do ballet.
Yeah, so
She wants to start at 12, and the other girls are gonna be so far ahead of her.
Who
I feel
cares?
Ballet is very hard.
yeah, but who
But
cares?
ballet. I was like, why don't you go do hip hop?
But what if she's okay? Let's say she's the worst in the school, right? Who cares? She's gonna get better.
Yeah, I listen. I was just saving her because listen, she's really sensitive because of all this
Yeah,
bullying
but
shit that's gone on.
as a kid who coaches middle school wrestling, the kid that like is a good athlete that goes in there and does well, but not that much better, does not get as much out of it as the kid who's got like horrible athletic talent, comes in there and like wins a match and overcomes like 80 obstacles.
Agreed,
So-
but listen, she has over the last 7 years, she has injury issues with her right ankle.
Yeah.
Again, it's in a cast. She re-fractured her growth plate, and now she's got ligament damage. So I just can't see her getting on a point anytime soon.
But let's say
And I will say though, as a gay man and performer, I think ballet like
Dancer.
is something. It's like there's a ballet is not something you just jump into.
But who cares?
Especially at 12.
But
I
she
think that
wants
you-
to do it. Look, but you know how hard it is to get kids to do anything? Like,
Yeah.
Most kids want to play video
I
games
wanted to
all
play
day.
violin, and my mom wouldn't let me. I wanted to
Really?
take violin lessons.
You would have been a great violinist.
I would like to fiddle those strings, and I didn't get to. And that, look at me now. That's why. Look at all the anger issues I have.
And
Look at what your mother
I've been
did to you.
coaching. I've been coaching 14 years, right? The biggest obstacle is to get the kids to put the video games down and to do anything.
No, I'm with
athletic.
you. I'm with you
So
on that.
if this
It
girl
just-
wants to do anything in dance, just take her. Then to take her. Who cares if she sucks?
okay, and then when she re-breaks her ankle, I'm gonna
Bill me.
I'm gonna,
Cool,
come,
no,
I'm gonna
yeah,
bill
really.
you. I'm either gonna beat the shit out of you, I'm gonna get you get in the cage, Adam.
Get in
Or
the,
you
get in
get-
the, what do you call it? The octagon.
The octagon.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
laugh.
the pressure room with Wolf Blitzer. What do you
All right,
call
so
that room?
why don't you? Is there a way that you could say, listen, ballet might not be the thing, but hip hop is probably more.
Well, that's you heard me say. Why don't you try hip hop? She's like, no, I want to do ballet. So
But then she's doing
gonna do
hip hop.
ballet.
Well, do you want her to be like in hip hop in like 3 years? She'll be in some video with her ass hanging out and like with some bunch
Yeah,
of
suppose
rappers.
she winds up like.
and you'll be like, should have done ballet.
Should have done
I don't want.
ballet.
Yeah, I don't want Stella to become Little Stella.
Little still.
Little Stellas. You know what? I'm afraid of that. Actually, now that you say that, she's gonna be
You
Stella
make
from
a
the
point.
block.
You make a point. Yeah, you make a point.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
I
don't
don't
think-
know. Okay, so ballet it is, guys. You convinced me. Ballet it is.
What's the worst thing that could happen? She sucks. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I'm just being
I
protected.
think
That's
he's
all.
afraid of
I
her
know, but-
ankle.
I know.
think he's-
But where's that? I mean, what? You guys go get some food.
What did you
afterwards
say?
and
You had- you said
coffee and laugh.
Blue
about
Cross
it.
Blue Shield, so you can make sure it's on the record for the medical billing.
Yeah, they're a sponsor of the show, actually.
Well, was there something growing up that you feel like that you wanted to do lessons for that you didn't get to do?
My dad was pretty cool as far as like he put me in karate. I was terrible. I couldn't break a board. I was crying.
I was in karate. I couldn't do karate. People with no shoes, it scared me.
No, there was nothing. My dad was pretty cool as far as like any sport I wanted to do. I do. I wasn't very good. I was like very tough, but I wasn't very coordinated. And my dad kept putting me on the all-star team, and I was like the worst because he was the coach. Like I was the third baseman who could barely get the ball like to the first
To the pitcher?
to the
Back to
pitcher,
the pitcher.
on like one hop. It was like embarrassing that I was the coach's kid on the all-star team. I'm like I should not have been on the all-star
You
team.
try and make an underhanded throw from third to first.
Yeah, exactly. I was like I have to run the ball over.
That surprises
But-
me because you're quite an athlete. Like
Well, wrestling.
wrestling-wise, I mean,
I was good at.
that's-
I was
That's no joke.
Wrestling is kind of sport where you can do it, and if you're tough enough and if you work hard enough, you'll eventually become good. Because most kids don't want to do it, and then you like that. It's just hard work beats talent in that sport. If talent doesn't work hard, kind of that was the.
Did you have what drew you to wrestling? That you had a little bit of natural talent, or other guys' balls in your face?
both?
Yeah.
Mostly, I loved getting teabagged.
That's
but,
the one thing that kept me away from wrestling. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
yeah.
That guy's
That's
ass.
one of my biggest regrets, honestly, is not
Ass.
doing it.
I love WWE wrestling.
Me too.
That was my favorite.
Me and
thing.
my brother, that was
Really?
our favorite thing.
And my-
TLC,
And my
tables,
first-
ladders, and chairs.
Yes, my first day I thought it was. So like my first practice, I put a kid like in a Boston Crab, and then the coach was like, "You can't do that." Like I was like elbow dropping, and like I really thought that was
Well,
like.
there's no pile drivers in
no,
regular.
no, I like DDT the kid. They're like, this is not the kind of wrestling. I really thought that was what it was. You know,
That's funny.
I used to wrestle with my brother who's in a wheelchair, and I
You'd
was
lose.
obsessed with Trish Stratus. And one day I chick kicked him, which was her signature move in the video game, and he almost wound up in the hospital because I kicked him in the head.
really.
Isn't that fucked? And then I have a lot of funny WWE stories. I like was afraid to tell my parents that I was gay, so I bought Tori Wilson's Playboy magazine and hung up the posters. My parents were so happy. I had like Tori Wilson in a string bikini on the back of my bedroom door for like 5. It's actually still there to this day,
That's hilarious.
and my parents were so happy.
That's
They're like,
funny.
"Oh my god, I love your poster."
That's funny. Oh my god.
But I love WWE. I love Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio.
yeah, I love that.
I tried. I just can't get into it.
I watched a Ric Flair documentary last night and cried. Like I actually cried at the end.
And I'm the gay one.
I cried. But no, because his son died. His son
Oh.
died of drugs. He overdosed. His son died
Oh.
at like 23, 24.
Oh shit.
And he was saying how his one regret was that he wished he was a parent, not a friend, because he
Right.
kind of enabled the son because he partied with him all the time.
Right.
And then when he was crying about that, like I started crying. I was like, oh man, I couldn't imagine what that must be like, you know?
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god. That as a parent, you know this. You just it's your worst fear is outliving your children.
I told my wife, she's like, this is what makes you cry. She's like, I'm like, you don't understand. Like that, because like she's only seen me cry twice. My wife, and the other time, well, 3 times.
Was it when
my
you got
stepmom
married?
died. When I got married, I cried. When the baby was born, I cried a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
And then because the joke is because I'm like, I hope her pussy gets tight again. But no, I actually cried because the baby came out, and I was like, I couldn't believe
Was
it.
this before or after the topless photo you posted with the baby?
The topless photo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a picture of you.
Are you
skin to
breastfeeding
skin.
too, Adam?
Oh, dude, I was so bad. Like, my wife was like, "This is the hardest thing I ever had to do during labor," and I was like, "That's because you never wrestled in high school." And then she's like, "Shut up and hold my hand." That's what she told me. She's like, and then I was like, and then like the whatever, what's it called again? Not the nurse.
You did a
Midwife.
doula.
No, the midwife came in.
Midwife. Doula
And it was
midwife.
like,
Okay.
and she didn't believe that my wife was going through labor because I'm like, she's going through labor, and she's like, no, she's not. She's just. I go, you're the worst midwife we've had so far. I go, out of 6, you're ranked 0, and like, and then she was like the most attractive. She was hot. I'm not gonna lie. But then my wife's like, no, you're not. You're fine. I'm like, so now, I'm like,
the baby's crowning. She's not in labor.
because I was anyway, and then I was like looking through my journal of things that I like wrote and I said. I'm like, I can't believe I said that. Like even when we were looking at like the sonogram and the baby, all you see was like a black dot. I'm like, does this mean our baby's black? Like, it's just-
Well, you're a comedian. I would expect
I
no
feel like
less.
I'd rather be the person giving birth to the baby than be the person that has to be in the room watching somebody give the baby. Because
No,
I feel
you
like
would
I
not.
would just be so like
Oh God, no.
disgusted. If I saw my husband or wife while I was giving child give me disgusted looks like I know I'd give, I would kill them. I would never be able to look. I would resent them my whole life.
no, it was just like,
Okay.
well, first my wife was like,
Listen.
well, first
Not
she was
quiet
like,
in here.
first she was kicking me and her mom out of the room.
Why?
She's like, I don't want you guys to see me like this.
Did
And
she
it-
poop?
But then, that,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. But then she was like, "Fine, I have no more pride. come back in." And then like the nurse was like, "So what's that down there? Is it like during the process?" She's like, "Is it blood? Is it dry blood? Is it like coffee grains?" And then my wife was like, "Oh, it's like coffee grains." I'm like, "Who wants Starbucks?" Like I was just making just.
I wish I had been there for that show. That it sounds like fun.
Well, the thing is, like, whenever I get like uncomfortable is when jokes
Oh,
come
yeah.
out, and that's when like the most inappropriate jokes, and like even her mom was saying things like, "Yeah, she was working up until last week," and I was like, "Somebody's got to strip," like I was just,
That's very funny.
That's just
And it
like-
breaks the ice in the room.
No, but not when my wife. She was like, "Shut up!" Like she was not laughing. I could just hear her eyes roll back.
But I mean, she obviously laughs at your jokes. I mean, she married you. She
says
digs
I'm the
you.
funniest guy she knows and the most annoying at the same time. She's just like, yeah, of course.
My favorite is when she came to the dime and she goes, "People, what did she say to you that night?" She's like, "People really look up to you."
People actually laugh at this.
I love her. People are dying to see her on the show.
She said I
Yeah,
know.
we gotta have her on.
She always says she
We
wants
keep
to come on.
threatening. We gotta have her on.
I know. She's like, oh, I can't wait to tell my side of the story on daddy issues. That's what she
We're gonna have
always
to do like a double episode or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
She's got a lot to
says. It's funny
catch
though,
up
like
on.
she's always like every night she'll be like, can you give me a massage? And it always ends up with my dick on her neck. Like that's like. And then she's like, what kind of? She's like,
Is that the new treatment
That's what
at
happens when I
Massage
ask
Envy?
you for a massage.
Is this what's gonna happen at Guns N' Roses? Is this
Yeah,
a little-
right. You take me
a
to
little-
Guns N' Roses. Oh
A
God.
little preview.
yeah, but yeah, her birthday's coming up, and there was the same day Guns N' Roses is coming, and it's the best concert. I've been to the concert twice. already.
I saw them. Metallica opened for them in.
So I got tickets, but
Oh,
I know I'm
God,
probably gonna have to sell
92?
those tickets.
I
I
saw
mean,
them in 90,
I'm gonna have to sell
92.
them or give them away because she's not gonna. I'm saying I'll take her, but I don't think she's gonna want to go on her birthday. She doesn't like that kind. I mean, she's. If it was like,
It's not how I'd want to spend my
But
birthday.
she does.
likes Aaron
Does she
Carter.
like? Does
that
she
I'd
like?
spend my birthday
Does
for.
she like GNR?
not really.
No. Okay. So yeah. So it looks like I'll be going to Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Pretty
Awesome.
Much. Pretty much.
I love that you love acronyms so much. I love that you just like to take words and just condense them to
GNR
one
is the way
letter.
it
Is
is.
that the
GNR, yeah.
people say that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I
But
don't own a Harley like
I-
you guys.
I do that sometimes. You're
Like
right.
Yeah.
I do.
you're more
You
into
do.
SOS, like spit or swallow.
How on a Catholic
How's it going, by
Sunday.
the way? How's the boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
What about
Well-
the guy you were dating?
He has a girlfriend.
The
He's a
last show
girlfriend?
we talked about action. You got
has a
Nikki.
girlfriend?
Nikki got action the last show we
You
did.
heard about that?
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
There's
This
my,
is
my life
it's
fucking sucks.
it's
It
bizarre.
really, you know what? I have had a long history with straight men, and you know what? For a couple of years, I said, you know what? No, I'm not doing that anymore. But I think he listens to the show.
Does
and
the
he,
girlfriend know about?
I think
you?
according to him, yes, but according to Gladys Simon, my free therapist, no. But I think that he's lying to her.
How
and
does a
he's
girl
not.
stay with a guy knowing that she's hanging out?
He-
He's hooking up with a dude.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hmm.
But it's
And he's got a really sibilant F.
What, really? You met him?
No, I'm just
Oh.
making that up.
oh, I was
Listen. I have a girlfriend, and she's super sweet.
no,
Yeah.
he's like a man. That's why I like him. He's like a very.
He doesn't have the sibilant F.
Mm-mm.
The witches are here.
I thought I heard chanting.
I just saw them levitate past the window.
There's a show that comes in after us that is professional witches.
They're not giving us the cane. They're giving us a broomstick. is what
Right.
we're- So how's it going with the comedy? Are you doing comedy still?
No,
Do you want to do Tuesday?
no,
Why?
no.
You're not giving up.
What do you mean? No, you just
No,
did
I don't-
Pickwick's Pub.
I don't want to talk about it. That's,
Really?
I know you guys are gonna fucking no. I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, you're good.
I'm good. I'm good. I did some really cool things in comedy. I played some really great places, and I'm happy with that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's another show. It's another show.
Something to look forward to. Honestly,
You're
all
actually-
the air,
you're
all the
actually-
air just got sucked out of this room.
You're actually good at it, though.
I know, but I'm just. It's It's really tough for me. I have 5 kids to go out and try and get up every night. It costs me money. I'm out of pocket every time I go out. Anytime I go anywhere,
I gave you $25.
you give me $25. No, you paid me the most I've ever made in comedy. But it's too much money out of my pocket for babysitters and stuff to
All right.
because I can't T's busy if she's working whatever and just leaving her with 5 kids. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna go do
Yeah.
a spot tonight. It's
suppose
tough.
we start a show at your house.
Which is 5
It'd
kids.
be half petting zoo,
Well,
half comedy
it'd be
show.
so with just the amount of kids I have, they'd
Yeah,
be sold out every
It's like
night.
bigger than the dime.
That's what I'm saying.
There's more people in the dime on Tuesdays.
And we'll have even more animals.
No,
It's
you know
there.
what? It's something it's a conversation I've been avoiding with you guys, but it's just something that I'm okay with. And the anxiety and stress it was giving me was really not healthy for me. I'm not giving up on it.
It sounds
it's,
like you are.
It's more of I'll do the Pickwick thing and if stuff. Hey, nobody's beating my door down. I'm not getting any repeat.
It's not the way it works.
I know, but I'm not getting any repeat calls backs from people that I've worked for already.
Nobody is, dude. That
Right,
you
but
have to-
it's just I'm refocusing on other things.
acting.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, and
We need to see you performing like the little thespian you are.
But
Hey.
his acting's insane. He's probably the best actor.
I know.
in Hollywood right now.
I love that he's like
God bless.
plays all the villains and he's not even Hawaiian.
God,
No, he's like legitimately an amazing actor.
I know.
thank you, Adam. God bless. Thank you.
Sure.
Adam's seen my demo reel.
It's true.
You haven't, or have you?
I think I have actually.
Yeah. Okay.
So take back that nasty.
I
look.
take that back. I take
Right.
that nasty back.
I've seen you act when you pretend to like my comedy. So that's
I
all.
do like your comedy, you little fucker. I think let's switch gears here because last week Nikki and I we asked our fans to email us with any questions that they have about anything, and we'll talk about it, address it. I'm not sure. Did you read the email
Yes.
from the young lady who's going through divorce
Mm-hmm.
and has thoughts of wanting to take herself out? She's lost her friends because people have chosen sides, and that's gonna happen. I believe there was an affair.
Yeah.
That was on her. She did the she partook in the affair, and I've been there. So on a personal note, you're not this horrible person that you think you are by doing what you did. It was horrible and you hurt people, but you're in a relationship and there's things in a relationship that happen that make you do things, influences your thoughts and influences your behaviors. So you're not completely at fault. You should look at the relationship and really find out the reason why you did it. It's, a lot of times people will have an affair with someone who's less attractive than the person they're with. And they're like, wow, how could you with that? And it's like, got nothing to do with that.
Insecurity.
It's not about the sex. It's about how you're feeling about yourself
Mhm.
in your relationship with that particular person. And usually you're down on yourself, low self-esteem, you're struggling with stuff, you may have depression, but a lot of the times it comes down to how you feel about yourself. And the fact that you're feeling this way is totally natural, but to take your life because you did something wrong, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And the fact that, people chose sides and you're feeling horrible about losing those friends. Somebody gave me the advice because I was feeling the same way that she was. And I talked to this person and they said, if you took your life, you'd be killing the wrong person. You're not
So
you're not the
So you should kill your ex.
no.
Oh.
You're not a horrible person because you had an affair and it broke up your marriage and all your friends hate you and think you're a piece of shit. If you're not that person. So if you kill yourself, you're killing yourself for those reasons. You're killing the wrong person.
And here's my hot take. I think that if, people make mistakes exactly like you said, friends, it's between you and your partner, truthfully, and the friends shouldn't get involved. And I feel like if your friends are choosing sides, especially when you're in this vulnerable state, then maybe they're really not your friends to begin with.
Absolutely.
And those are people that you're not necessarily, please don't take your own life is obviously like all I kept reading throughout the entire thing. Like everybody would be very disappointed, even if you may not think so.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of people that would be very hurt by that decision. And I encourage you to maybe find passion and something like do love to paint and force yourself into something where you can meet people new because you never know who you're going to meet.
Absolutely. Don't go down. It's very hard to get
You'll
down.
make new friends.
It's very hard to, you go down that rabbit hole of I'm a piece of shit. I ruined a great relationship. She spoke about the lifestyle and the money and everything. It was great, but obviously it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because she did what she did. But to kill yourself for those reasons, you're killing the wrong person. Because you're a good person.
Well, it's never like a right person to kill.
No, but you know what I mean. She's a good person.
Yeah, of course.
She has a good heart. She's a good person. She met and married someone. Obviously, she has good qualities. So if she's going to kill herself over a divorce and an affair, and because people think she's a piece of shit, she's killing the wrong person. She's killing herself for those reasons. You are this wonderful person. You're a child of God. We all make mistakes.
Also, I think I know this sounds really simplistic, but just go for a run. Like just do something.
Absolutely, exercise. Exercise is great.
Do something physical.
And I think
It's
keep yourself
great.
busy.
Whatever I'm like in
But-
a fucked up spot, I'm like if I just take a class, a kickboxing
Yeah.
class, or a run, or a walk, just something to like get you out of your own head.
Yeah, I strongly
huge.
recommend talk therapy. You need to talk to somebody. There's suicide hotlines. Get in to see a psychologist, and if you can't, find your ride or die. Find your friend. Find someone you can confide in. Start talking about this and communicating, and get active. I agree with you. Exercise is an amazing thing, but
I think keeping yourself busy too.
absolutely, crafts and stuff. We could get creative. Creativity is a great thing for your mind, body, and soul. But please, and the suicide hotline. There's a suicide hotline. Please, if you're feeling that down, there are alternatives. There are things you can get help. So please, you're a wonderful, beautiful person. You made a mistake. Please don't think you're a piece of shit and you ruined something. We all make mistakes. We
And
all
thank you
make
for your
mistakes.
email.
And thank you
Seriously.
for your email. I for one am really touched that you would share this information with us. I think the three of us here, we have a lot of life lessons sitting here. We've been through a lot, and the fact that you would share this with us and ask our advice is very touching. But please, get those suicidal thoughts out of your head. Talk to someone, talk to a professional, talk to a friend, talk to the suicide hotline, get active, and listen, you're a wonderful, beautiful person, and don't do this. Please, don't.
And if you guys have an email, if you guys have a question,
And if anybody else has a question or anything, please email us at daddyissuesshow@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram at daddyissues. And please, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to interact with you. And I'm so happy that we got to share this email and talk about it. And I'm blessed to have you guys in my life. It's so great. The three of us are together. If I got any problems, I mean, these guys have heard all my shit.
It's true.
These are my ride or dies right here that I can talk to and trust. So, whether or not you've gone through a divorce and you're having suicidal thoughts, talk to your ride or dies. Communicate. That's what friends are for.
All right.
All right.
On that comedy note.
On that uplifting comedy note, leave us with a joke, Adam.
A joke?
My career.
Nikki Paris's career. Thank you very much.
I call
Is
the
this
suicide
on?
hotline. They told me to send a text. All right. So, where are you gonna be this week? Next week?
I am showcasing for Just for Laughs Thursday here at the Comedy Store. The Dime every Tuesday, 8 p.m. I'm gonna be at the Laugh Factory March 2nd. I just booked another 3 things. You can check my Instagram for more dates. Nikki Paris, bitch.
I'm going to be at home touching myself.
Nice. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be in Waterford, Michigan at One Night Stands this
Waterford.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Waterford, Michigan. March 2nd to the 9th. I'm in Las Vegas at the Strat at the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Everybody, have a great week.
Love
See you next Monday.
guys.